Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. If there's something you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And pretty good, 10 of Pentacles, right? This is your best life. This is wealth. This is richness. This is success, right? And to get here, we have to know what here is. Yeah, you have to know what you want. It's kind of this is a card that's asking us to evaluate what we hold sacred, to evaluate what has meaning for us, to evaluate what we want in life. What is wealth to you? What is richness to you? What is success to you? Right? This is the end game for you. This is the finish line that we're looking for. Right? This is pretty good. You're getting to the finish line. I think this is a really important message. Let's put it into a little bit of context. Yeah. And see how we're getting there. Well, for one, you've been able to avoid distractions, first of all. I think distractions coming from outside, distractions coming from within you. You've been able to ignore the doubts. You've been able to ignore the haters, right? You got the sun. You have the enlightenment. You have this kind of nuclear power within you, this engine, right, of this spiritual engine that's fueling you. But further, you've got the insight and that enlightenment to see what this finish line is for you. Because if we're running a race but we don't know where the finish line is, how are we ever going to get there? I think you've done that work. You know exactly what you want. You've sacrificed a lot. You've had to give up a lot. You know, just the training to do what you do, the training for this race was a sacrifice. You know, to train for a really big marathon, it probably takes, and I don't know because I never ran one, probably takes a lot of training, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of commitment and determination. You know, you've had to say no to the extra bowls of ice cream or whatever. You've had to say no to some of the maybe family vacations, maybe those social events. You've had to kind of say, no, I've got stuff to do. I have to focus on this, right? And there's a connection here with the sun and, well, this is the full moon. There's a connection there because I feel like not only is this something conscious that you're aware of, that you're doing this conscious effort, but there's this subtle energy. There's a spiritual energy coming in. This kind of divine communication that is illuminating your way in such a fashion that we couldn't really get in a conscious way, right? Showing you the deeper meanings, showing you some of the shortcuts even, showing you some of the more hidden gems of the road trip, you know? And I think that this is a great combination between sun and moon, right? And sun and moon reminds me, of course, of the 9 of Wands, which is the sun and the moon connected in such a way that it gives us this kind of strength. This is everything that you know. This is everything that you don't know, but is being revealed to you. And this is your dream. This is the manifestation of your dream with the Princess of Cups. You've got the Fool. You've got success. This is getting better and better and better. Excuse me. We've got the Eon or Judgment, Rebirth, Reawakening, the Baptism by Fire, Trial by Fire. And at the end of the day, you've got a gift and you're sharing it with the world. You're giving and receiving love freely. This is kind of the meaning. This is you being successful, finding the finish line, discovering your gift, and manifesting your dreams. And this is you now giving that gift away. This is you now sharing that love, sharing that experience. This is what you do with your success, you know? This is what you do with it. The Fool is down here saying that you don't take any of this all that seriously. And you're probably looking at me like, what? Of course I do. I take this very seriously. I'm serious as, you know, a death card. You do take it seriously in that you are focused, you are committed, you are willing to sacrifice for what you want. But I feel like you're enjoying the ride. I feel like when good things, bad things happen, it doesn't move you. You know, like I said at the beginning here, with the Seven of Swords, you have this ability to withstand someone pushing you to the side. You're not off balance in that way. So it's almost like when challenges arise, you don't overreact. You're just almost stoic, right? Almost stoic. And it feels like there have been a lot of people in your life that told you can't do something, right? And even yourself, I think that you've probably very often in your life said, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Yeah. But we see that death card there. We let go. This is not just you sacrificing things that you want to do. This is sacrificing a lot of those old beliefs and habits and patterns of existence, patterns of behavior, patterns of thought, right, that get in our way. This is you. Now you've stripped yourself down to a pure spiritual being. And the weather here on earth just doesn't affect you. Because you're trying to realize something. You're putting something in motion that goes beyond you. Yeah, we've got the 10 of Pentacles. We've got a 6 of Pentacles in the environment. But I think it's really about what you're offering the world, right? With that Knight of Cups over there. Let's select the mystery card. Bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to put it over here. Robo-Duck right on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, all right? But it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. We can do it together. We can make it a group exercise, okay? We've got to strengthen our intuition every chance we get. Yeah. All right, let's look around again. We've got major, major, major. And we've got major and major. All of these cards kind of talk about change, right? The Death card, change. The Fool, new beginnings, transcendence, change. The Eon, Judgment card. Well, this is that trial by fire. This is that scorching heat that changes us. It's change, it's transformation. Right? And we've got the Sun and the Moon. We've got those two, almost the two polar opposites, right? We've got the two luminaries. We've got and it's interesting, we've got the moon. This is the high priestess, right? But this is the full moon, okay? So we take that kind of psychic light, that hidden, subtle, unconscious kind of energy, but it's at the top of the path. This has become conscious. And then we've got this conscious mind, right? Maybe the ego, the rational mind, the intellect. We've got the kind of conscious forces now. The identity, the persona even. But now it's underneath the surface. So it's almost like these two have switched positions. And I think they have done so to show that what has been hidden is being revealed. That we're taking this light of consciousness and we're taking it inside of us. The sun has now descended to the underworld before it is reborn over here, right? So the sun is down here within you, illuminating your true motivations, illuminating all of these things, all of these various these doubts and the haters, right? It's allowing you to see everything that's going on internally so that you can clear that stuff out. that you know what you're trying to run. What is it from Parks and Rec? He says, my body's like a microchip, right? And I feel like that's kind of what's going on within you. You're able to economize, streamline, clear out everything that's not working. So your internals, your spirit, your soul, your psyche is running like a well-oiled machine. All distractions are gone. Everything that's not leading you to your goal is gone, right? And this is with, I think, the divine authority here, with this kind of an invitation from Spirit. Yeah, this is what champions are made of, right? This is how champions are made, by devoting everything that they have to their goal and nothing else. Not forever, right? But for this period of training, like I said, it's almost as if you're training for a big match, a big meet, a big competition, or a race, or there's some kind of big challenge for you. And maybe you're training for a week, or 6 weeks, or 6 months, or something, or 6 years. For that period of time, you're all about it. No distractions, no extra nothing. It's just, I'm on a schedule. I'm on a strict, diet. I'm on a strict exercise routine. It's very, very committed. And nothing that is foreign to your goal is allowed in. Nothing that is contrary to your will is allowed in. And that's what we've got here. The central sword, the Ace of Swords, is your will. That's your decision, your determination. I am going to do this thing. Nothing else is allowed in. We're locking the doors. Right? We're locking the doors until such time as we succeed. And then, whatever that success is, again, I'm asking you to define that. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Once we've achieved success in this working, whatever it might be, then we can loosen the rules a little bit, But this is how champions are made. Yeah. This is how you're achieving success. And this is not the end of the road. This is one success, one attainment. Because the very next card over is that Princess of Cups. We're looking to be inspired into our next mission, our next goal, our next marathon. When you succeed at something like this, it kind of makes you eager to do it again. I know people who are runners, and they would tell me that, they try to get me to do it, to start training and becoming a runner. That once you run your first race, once you run like your first marathon, it kind of becomes addicting, It becomes like you can't wait to start training for the next one. You just want to keep doing. And there's rarely a person that just does one and says, I'm never doing that again. I'm sure that happens, especially if they don't perhaps make it to the end. It's not for everyone, I guess. But that's part of the sun energy underneath too. You know yourself. You know that this is your light. You know that this is what your path is. So there's no doubt in that way. But the Princess of Cups is that energy where now we just can't wait to start it again, because you caught the bug. You got hooked. You got hooked on this thing. And it could be anything. I'm using the marathon or the race or something, or the competition as an example. But this is any component of our very best life, any goal that you have, any success that you are after, financial, physical, career, creative, spiritual, doesn't matter. Whatever this is to you, I think you're getting hooked. Yeah. And so we're ready to keep this cycle going. We know what it takes now. We know how to do it. Yeah, it's hard. It's going to be hard again the next time you do it. But you know that you're capable because you've already done it once. And you know that you can do it again. And you're using your intuition. You're very much in touch with the spiritual energy now. I feel like your psychic antenna are just wide open. Yeah. I think you're in a very, very receptive state, to the point where we're not even really using our conscious mind in that way. We're not trying to figure things out or, rationally reason and analyze things. It feels like you're receiving the divine energy. That you're receiving the download. You're receiving like the next set of plans. The next program, the next mission, the next task, the next project or endeavor. Yeah. You're going where the Spirit is kind of leading you. Feels really good. And that's what the Fool needs. And the Fool down here, I think it's part of the secret of success is not taking it too seriously. We take something so seriously that any hiccup, you've got this strict regimen. Wake up at 6 a.m., you have a certain thing for breakfast, then you start your exercise, whatever, then you run, then you lift weights, then you take a break for lunch, then you take a shower. Then it's all structured, very regimented. But if one little thing goes wrong, well, what if somebody knocks on your door? It's upset the whole schedule of the day. We freak out. The Fool is saying, all right, no big deal, right? I'll do other things and I'll come back to it. It's not that serious, right? And this again reminds me of Rob Lowe in the Parks and Rec show, which amazing show. Where he says, my body's like a microchip. One little grain of sand gets into the microchip, then the whole thing, it just breaks down, stops working, right? Fries the whole circuit board. One little grain of sand. That's not what you're doing right now. That's not quite your energy. Thankfully, we've got the Fool here. Because as uptight as we can be about our regimen, if we get a little dirty, we get a little off track for the day, or something else comes up, it's no big deal. We'll deal with it and we'll just be right back to our flow as soon as it's done. Now, we minimize these distractions, but we can only do so much. You're trying to meditate, the dog's barking. Well, that could either completely ruin your whole meditation, or you can somehow deal with it, right? Make it not really that serious, that severe. Yeah, maybe we make the dog the meditation, So I think the Fool is very adaptable in that way, in a very easygoing way. Maybe isn't trying to use every variable to our advantage, but just letting things flow. If I can't control it, if it's something that just happens to occur and I don't have any influence over it, why should I be upset? Why should I let it disturb me and what I'm doing, what I'm working on, and this intense focus that I'm in? If I can't do anything about it, might as well just let it go. Might as well just roll with it. Yeah. So I like that card, and I think that's also a secret to your success. The success is kind of echoed here with the Six of Pentacles in the position of the environment. And your environment right now is going to be, you're going to notice a lot more harmony, a lot more alignment in your environment. Alignment in the environment. Because you have this, it's almost an indifferent attitude. You take it very seriously. You're regimented and disciplined, and you've made sacrifices, and this is the most holy mission, and this success means everything to you. Yes. At the same time, you're kind of indifferent. Something happens in a day, there's some inevitable thing. You get a flat tire, right? You can't predict those things. You can't prevent them. Sometimes they happen. We're not going to get upset by it. We're just going to keep going along our merry way. That puts you in such a harmony with the environment that the universe can't help but to harmonize with you. The more we have this attitude, the less we'll need it. You see? If you're willing to just let these inevitable problems just kind of roll off your shoulders and not even really notice them, just kind of that nonchalant attitude, right? A little bit of that indifference. the more we cultivate that ability, the less we're going to need it, because less of those things will happen. Or we just don't notice them because they don't affect us anymore. I got a flat tire. Oh, I totally forgot that I had a flat tire. It barely registers because it's not upsetting your system. It's those moments that cause us the most intense emotions, especially the frustrating, emotions, that leave their mark. So we have a mind that is very calm and very steady, isn't disturbed by these little things, these little annoyances, these small little frustrating kind of events that we can't prevent, or even the ones that we can. I think we're doing a good job preventing those. But these random things that are out of our sphere of influence that happen to us, the flat tires, barely even notice them. Oh yeah, I got a flat tire. I just calmly changed it and kept going. No big deal, right? And the more we're able to tap into that kind of fool attitude, and some people might even look at you like a fool. Like, how could you, you're not even upset about the flat tire? Like, what's wrong with you? Are you even conscious? You should be yelling and screaming and shaking your fists up at the sky because you got a flat tire. What's wrong with you? Well, you know the secret. And I think with that energy, less and less of those things will happen. If you're the one that's always frustrated at the red light and screaming at the red light, you're going to get more red lights. I guarantee it. But if you're the one that's at the red light and you don't mind, you just breathe and you're just kind of smiling and just waiting, and it's all good, man. You're going to get less and less of those red lights, because it's almost like the universe is saying, well, they're not bothered by that, so no point in wasting a good red light for nothing. Yeah. So you'll have more harmony in your life. And maybe we're just kind of hypnotizing ourselves not to notice some of these little inconveniences, but maybe they actually happen less. Someone should do a study, Anyway, not me. The next card is the Eon Judgment, rebirth, reawakening, the baptism by fire. This represents that intense period of training. It's kind of like you're a babe in an egg and you're incubating and you're here. You're just saying no phone calls. I have a strict curfew, a strict diet, a strict exercise routine. Maybe, I don't know what this is. It could be a fitness thing. Maybe you're a bodybuilder or something, or an athlete. Any kind of sport thing would really fit well here. But this is that period of time that we know we have to try. It's like the lean when you're trying to cut, if you're a bodybuilder, where you're just trying to go really, really lean and just get down to the essentials and just, do that intense preparation for what comes after. Now, this is a means to an end. This is not the end in itself. This is a means to an end. And the end is the Knight of Cups. It's you sharing yourself, your gift, your essence, your heart with the world. This is the end. This is the means. This is the end result of you sharing, giving and receiving of this heart essence, this spiritual essence. Your creativity, your love, your compassion, your skill, talent, whatever it is, whatever you do, this is you doing it, sharing it, right? This is the preparation for it, and then this is the doing it, right? This is now being able to give it away. And this is what really has meaning for you, I think. Yeah. I want to look at the mystery card, though. Yeah. More and more, maybe it'll give us a clue about what you're doing. But you could always leave some comments if you want and let everybody know what you're working on. If you feel like sharing, no personal info though, please. And also, while I got you here, if anybody sends a comment or a reply or an email to you claiming to be me, it is not me. Okay? We'll think of a password. If I don't use that password, it's not me. Okay? Maybe we'll have to think of something good to use. But for now, that's not coming from me. There's a lot of spam, okay? And there are a lot of these spammers that will use my picture, right? And they'll even use Dove and Serpent Tarot, but it will be like a -1, or it'll have a bunch of weird numbers or letters. It will not have the check mark. If it's me, you'll see my mug, but there will be a check mark, a white check mark, and that's how YouTube is supposed to let us all know that it's really me. Okay? Otherwise, don't do it. I don't have a WhatsApp. I'll never ask you to call somebody. I'll never try to sell you anything. Okay? It's not me. If I have anything that I need to tell you, it will be done here in these videos. So if I say, hey, I'm going to be sending you an email, I don't have your email address, by the way, so how could I do that, right? Just don't fall for the scammers. It's ridiculous. It's getting frustrating and annoying. I know there's not much I can do about it. When I see them, I report them, I delete the comment, but just please be safe. Don't interact, don't engage with any of those spammers. All right. Let's look at the mystery card now. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. It's been happening a lot more lately, and it's time for another PSA on the community page, I think. Water, right? We need some water, don't we? I would like to see some more cups. I would like to see a 9, a 10 of cups showing the intense satisfaction of this life that you're building. You know, if whatever this career, whatever this work, whatever this purpose is, maybe you're retired. You know, I don't care how old you are. We all can find our purpose. And this is you really succeeding in that purpose. I mean, like I said, this is how champions are made. This is really amazing stuff. I don't have a guess. I'm just going to say star card. Your power card. We'll get to ring the bell. Let's see what we have. Oh, it's an 8 of cups. Yeah, I mean, this makes sense, right? 8 of cups. Because I think you're entering one of these periods where you have to say no to all those yummy things that we like. You know, you're going into this intense, it's almost like you're going into hermit mode. You're going into this phase of the work, this preparatory incubation phase, this gestation, where you have to say no to certain things. You have to say, I can't have that extra piece of cake. I've got to have this strict, diet and exercise, this regimen, right? So it's kind of that time where we have to walk away from certain things. Maybe this is kind of saying, okay, I can't do the socializing. Maybe you got to stop drinking beer, something like that. We're trying to prepare. And to do that, we have to walk away from these things that we really like sometimes, It's that sacrifice. And sometimes these cups here are sacrificing our social life, sacrificing some of these, the late nights, the partying that we like to do, or sacrifice some of the vacation, that we want to take, or just those lazy days that we enjoy. We're moving into a period of intense work and preparation and this kind of gestation. So we have to walk away from. We have to say no to some of these indulgences. And there's nothing wrong with these. See, we're not kicking the cups over. We're not saying if I can't enjoy them, no one can. We're just saying, hey, right now, I'm going to really going to buckle down and I'm going to focus on what I got to do. Maybe it's a week, maybe it's 6 weeks, whatever. You're training for a race, right? You got to train. You got to say no to some things that we usually really like. So I think this is a good confirmation. I think this is telling me that you're entering one of these periods now of this intense, focused, regimented work. That is just a means to an end, remember. Now, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Aquarius every Thursday and Sunday, but I'm here every day. And you know what? Also, I put in 2-week notice at my day job. So I'm quitting. I'm leaving my day job. I've got about a week left, and my wife and I are going to devote all of our time to the YouTube channels. I've got Dove and Serpent Tarot. I've got Dove and Serpent Bedtime Stories. I'm hoping to add more content to that channel. My wife has her tea leaf readings. She does tea leaf readings at Ula Tea Leaf Readings. That's ULA Tea Leaf Readings. Marvelous work that she does over there. So we're really putting all of our efforts here into our channels. This was the right decision for me and for my family, and hoping to do a lot more things here and a lot more content, and just have some time to do this and also have time with my family and have time for myself so that we can always be improving the quality of what we're doing here. So this is where I am. This is where we're going to stay, and hopefully we'll be here for a long, long time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Need you now more than ever. And like the videos, comment on them, share them on other social media platforms if you wish. I do appreciate it. I want you to know, Aquarius, that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.